ArchVeda has got some exciting news that has gone so far.
Well, it's kind of a silly thing a little bit, but as a child, I was always building things. We built tree houses, we built different kinds of structures all over our property. I was always a little bit of an adventurer doing that. And then
Your project, and most of the people know it, but I just want to give a about it to the audience. So, ma'am has designed the famous, it's one of the most famous buildings in India right now, the Rajkumari Ratnavati Girls School in Jaisalmer.
Is a part of an ideal education system. So a student should be capable of handling the issues on his own, would be capable of carrying out the research with whatever is required, would upgrade the knowledge and would be having the reasonable capabilities to implement that. Majority of the architects, they expect that the student who has come out of the institution would be immediately capable of delivering whatever they want. Now question is, whatever they want means what?
Happening, which should not happen. There has to be some ethics. As he rightly said, the ethic has to be there in practice. Similarly, ethic has to be there in education also. Both ways it has to be there. So, and after the colleges, what they teach,
traitors and a lot. But what spoiled the whole industry is the education at times and the expectation. And because the diversifications of the role of work, now you have what you call the technologies, building surveyors, and put a button. They come out and without showing the worries. I'm commission this also. So, what I'm afraid is one day, somebody will do architecture, when they come out, I just want to do design, that's it, nothing else. Are we saying that late?
So there's equal approach. The only problem is only yes. The only problem is yes. And as far as division of labor is concerned, girls and boys, it's not only in our case, everything. In India, in Delhi also, journalists, artists, the questions were very crucial questions. Even the artists and my so let's have patience, support the girls, and it will change the society. Artists, we have to do the for architecture creation.
Already identified teaching as their career. They are architects, but end of the day they are teachers. They teach architect, they teach management. Some people have chosen specification writing. They never design. They only write specs.
So if the apartment and that resort or the hotel is designed by the famous architect, then the value of that property will be increased several times instead of famous architect, isn't it? So instead of the businessman, they are earning more than the architect by using our creativity, isn't it? So instead of doing that, why the architect do not involve in the business? Yeah? Why? So I'm doing the same thing,
I'm doing the same thing.
So that doesn't mean that your architectural education has gone bad.
No, not that is nothing. Because of the creativity,
As an architect, you have edge over others because you understand this phenomena much better because you learned it in the studio environment.
So my only the motto for the fresher architect,
All the leaders are going to be.
Female will be sitting over.
Which I feel is
We'll be talking about
looking forward to that for sure.
Definitely the day is going to come. Right now it is 50%, Sooner they are going to cross us. Sure.
And since we have a time here, so we'll move on to the next question. So, speaking of change, more than someone who just graduated professionally, so we have a question for you regarding that as well.
Here something argument is happening around, so I have to comment on it. And I will tell you what. This is simple, that as in when I thought it was a new batch of students have been considered to be inferior by the seniors. This is a statement number one.
very pragmatic aspect to the ellipse, which I actually didn't know at the time. I mean, I think sometimes you know things intuitively and so you do them, but like the elliptical form has been used for centuries as a way to capture wind.
Okay.
And as a way for the wind to...
Pudin mentioned about, those days. He recalled his memory as a student. I'm also like that. We did design, we did all perspective.
Stay tuned for these special episodes. You wouldn't want to miss them.